Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, pad, paper. May want to jot a few things down here. Welcome to the revolution where it's not televised, but it is live. First of all, we are going to start off with a little bit of a scripture. This one comes from the book of Revelation, the 22nd chapter, verse 11 and verse 16. Let the wicked still act wickedly, and the filthy still be filthy. The righteous must still do right, and the holy still be holy. Outside are the dogs, the sorcerers, the unchaste, the murderers, the idol worshippers, and all who love and practice deceit. Well, after all these centuries, where man has either tried to be God or reach God, we finally pretty much on the precipice of making it so. We are there at the turning point now where we are starting to become like God, where man has developed artificial intelligence to do a lot of the work that we don't do and offer a lot of escapism for many of the young people and a lot of the old people too, but mostly the young people. How is it when we go to a place and we see four young people sitting at a table and they got one of these in their hands and they're all doing this stuff with it, texting each other at the table? They don't put the phone down to say hi, hey, how you doing? In fact, they don't even look up at their face. What are we becoming? It's called escapism. Their idol is in their hand there, teaching. So we are becoming close to the spectrum where we're going to start putting things together of man and machine. Elon Musk started it with the first implant of his Neuralink inside a man's brain, where now they say help him out, but it's basically to control actions of him. Think of that for a second. Somebody putting something inside your head to control you against your will, because that's what it's going to end up being. Can the synthesis of man and machine ever be stable? Or will a purely organic component become such a hindrance that it has to be discarded? That's a quote from Arthur C. Clarke. In other words, could we be like, as you saw in Star Trek, many have had the Borg, the man machine, where the machine has taken over the man? And it's some of your worst nightmares because eventually the machine no longer needs the man. So let's get it down to it. This is the closest that man has ever come close to wanting to be God. The message is that mankind has kept at it and getting closer as time marches on. Now that we are on the verge of creating a false society based upon a lie that we could be gods, AI is being heavily promoted as a boon to society to relieve loneliness, used in diagnosing medical procedures or setting civil or criminal cases in court. We can call this escapism. Okay? I could see it for diagnosing medical problems. Okay? I could see that. Relieve loneliness. Uh, Before we had the internet and machines and even television, people used to actually gather in places and meet and talk. It was not unusual. And in fact, if you get a home that's roughly 100 years old now, built in the 30s or 40s and before, they had what was called a smoking room where the men would gather together and smoke cigars in the house. Can you believe that? That was 100 years ago. Now we don't know what to call that room now. It's just another room. So, what can go wrong here? For openers, AI can only regurgitate what it's fed into. They can figure out mathematics easily because there are no human variables in the equations. Now, what happens when you add a human variable to the equation? Does this then alter the correct determination? Or will it give it a decidedly and maybe deadly wrong answer? What happens when and if the created AI beings turn on us? The human variable we will call a soul cannot be copied, and when one is created without a soul, it is nothing more than a machine. And as Brian Herbert, in his book called The Butlerian Jihad, with few ambitions, most people are allowed efficient machines to perform everyday tasks for them. Gradually, humans cease to think or dream or truly live. What does that mean? It means we are losing touch because we are letting the machines basically do everything for us. We don't have any imagination. We're basically told what to do, and basically what we are becoming is the perfect drone, zombie, whatever you want to call it, of a Maoist society. Somebody's going to be on top, and the rest of everybody else is going to be on the bottom. You will be told what to do because the machine is obviously right. What when the time comes, and it's coming probably a lot quicker than we want to think, for the Armageddon to happen, I wonder how much of the demonic warmongers will actually be human. Let us give thought to that possibility. As in the Tower of Babel, mankind tried to reach God by building a massive tower. Now that we are all basically telling God that He is not needed and that humans are being replaced with AI drones. All the ones that joined up with the machines will end up in the fiery lake that awaits them. Trying to be God is a loser, and at the end of the age, it will all come out. By far, the greatest danger of artificial intelligence is that people conclude too early that they understand it. That's a quote from Eliezer Yudkowsky. What they're saying now is that we can create this, but can we control it? We're in the real early stages of it. And right now, from what I'm seeing, it's controlling people already. People are stuck, got a phone in their face. Pretty soon, they're going to be putting those visors on, those goggles, and slipping into an alternative reality that doesn't exist for them. And that becomes a danger because soon they just lose touch with reality. We've already been conditioned by the government to stay locked in our house as prisoners for a crime we never committed, for the crime of being healthy. So understand this, folks. This is coming and it's here to stay. Now you just got to decide how much of it do you want in your life. You won't be able to escape it, but we can control how much we can put up with. And that, my friends, is all up to you. And if you need help spiritually, emotionally, to maybe wean yourself off to this, nothing works like a prayer. It's easy, it's simple to do, and all you got to do is ask. God will forgive you. He will help you take away that need that you need and help you get into a, a place in your life where you have meaning and you can do something and make yourself feel better for yourself, and you don't need the machines anymore. Thank you very much. Hope you all have yourself a great weekend and enjoy it.